last week we have a rally just break out the previous high that came with very low volume. Okay, but do note that this is just the end of the year, Christmas season, and plus the New Year. So this is sort of expected with very low volume, and that's why it's quite common to see some form of the rally, especially like grinding up rally. Well, not much big candles, just some form of a small candle going up. And even with yesterday, Monday, a bit of the profit taking and also localized increase of the supply. But look at the supply. So compared to the past, this is still a very low supply level. Okay, and that's come with a bit of the demand tail. And I think this is also not that uncommon because after the S&P 500 hit the all-time high, so committed above for 2 days. So these 2 days, or even if we count this, maybe 3 days, three sessions, and it makes sense for it to have a pullback or consolidation at least, just to give you a bit of the time and also test and consolidation. So that's the all-time high level plus maybe some form of the consolidation, or with this week, it could even just continue to inch up, grind up a little bit until people just resume and come back from the holiday, go to work, and start to see the volume pick up. And with a bit of the consolidation or profit taking before it just move up higher. Because right now, let's just zoom out a little bit and take a look at the long-term trend. So long-term trend, we have a uptrend for sure. Okay, since the bottom in April, so that's the uptrend, up channel, and subsequently here is a consolidation, sideways market. And let's just zoom in and pay attention to this sideways market. We do have a change of character bar here, attempt to move up higher, but look at the volume, the supply, and also the volatility. So we have an increasing of the volatility and also increasing of the supply right here. And subsequently, attempt to rally. And the last reaction that came with increase of the supply, but compared to the past, that sort of just decreased a little bit, or just say maybe slightly on par. But look at where the reaction stopped. So instead of having this form of the magnitude to the downside, or even this, so segment 1, segment 2, segment 3. So I would say segment 3 is the most bullish reaction. So unlike segment 1 or segment 2, the down wave 1, down wave 2, it really came with increasing of the volatility, and also look at the magnitude, just a big drop to the downside. But wave 3 or segment 3 is just like a consolidation. Okay, this is just like a consolidation. So the volume right here is a little bit lower or just on par with the past, but came with relatively shallow reaction. So what does it mean? It simply means that there is absorption going on. So there is supply absorption going on in the last reaction. And subsequently, that was confirmed by the rally. So there was a rally going up that came with very, very low volume, that's matching the festive season, the Christmas, and also the New Year rally. So right now, the big picture looking bullish because this reaction has been tested with supply absorption, and subsequently we do not yet to see spike of the supply like what we had before. So this is considered as spike of the supply, increasing of the supply. So we yet to see this. So the only thing that we can conclude is uh, the direction of the swing is still up. And right now, just based on yesterday price action, there's a attempt to push it down, profit taking, but volume is relatively low, supply is relatively low, and at, at worst, I would think maybe a pullback and to test the zone. So 69.20 to about 69.60. So that is the zone that's currently acting as a buffer, acting as a support zone. So it could just come back, consolidate, like a test before it resume the momentum to go up higher, or if the supply did not have any follow through to the downside, or we could still see further grind up just like the past few sessions, something like this. So we could have something like this grind up a little bit until maybe next week or the following week to have a bit of the meaningful reaction, consolidation. Okay, so right now this is still relatively bullish, and the most important thing is we want to focus on the decent setup, the right setup, rather than just looking at the index, because what we want to trade is actually the stocks. So as long as the index do not really fluctuate that much, so avoiding this sort of the pullback, and even with this slight pullback consolidation, this will be very constructive for a lot of the stocks. Okay, so this is exactly what I anticipate in the current week. So at worst, this is a consolidation, something like this. Otherwise, it's likely going to continue the grind up rally with relatively low volume, just like in the previous week.